The Ford Explorer has been the best-selling SUV in the US for the past 25 years. Of course, it has evolved many times during that span of time, and today we have the latest evolution, the 2017 Explorer Platinum. In this review, we will be covering the entire range of Explorers, including the XLT, Limited, Sport, and Platinum. So let's go ahead and check out what has kept the Explorer on top for so long. We would like to specially thank Jack Kane Ford for giving us access to today's vehicle. If you would like to check out their dealership and large inventory of all the Ford models, we have provided a link to their website in the video description. The Explorer gets the standard Ford key fob, which has a solid feel to it. We have remote start, which is included on the Limited and above. All but the very basic model get intelligent keyless entry. The mirrors are power folding on the Limited and the Platinum. Now let's check out what's under the hood. The Explorer can be had with your choice of 3 different engines. The engine we have is the top-of-the-line 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 engine, which produces 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. This engine is standard on the Sport and Platinum only. The other 3 trim levels choose between one of 2 engines. The first is a 3.5-liter V6 engine, which produces 290 horsepower and 255 pound-feet of torque. Alternatively, you can pick a 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine, which makes 280 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Regardless of engine choice, all models get a 6-speed automatic transmission. 4-wheel drive is standard on the Sport and Platinum trims, and it is available on all the other trims. As far as fuel economy is concerned, the base 3.5-liter V6 engine with front-wheel drive gets 17 city, 24 highway, 20 combined. Opting for the EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine will get you better fuel economy at 19 city, 27 highway, 22 combined, which by the way ties the Pilot for the best highway rating in the class. If you add 4-wheel drive to either of those engines, you lose 1 mile per gallon combined. Finally, the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 engine gets 16 city, 22 highway, 18 combined, but that does have standard 4-wheel drive. Now let's go ahead and check out the exterior design and features. Last year, the Explorer received a comprehensive refresh, and most of those changes carried over for 2017. Just like there were 3 engines, there are also 3 different grille treatments. We have the top of the line Platinum, so we get this unique satin silver diamond grille. The base through the Limited gets a simpler horizontal chrome grille, while the Sport gets a blacked out grille. Every trim of the Explorer gets standard LED low beam headlights and halogen high beams. All but the very base model also get LED daytime running lights as well. The lenses are smoked on the Sport trim. Nearly every model gets these fog lamps as well. Most Explorer owners probably won't do much off-road exploring nowadays, but it's still nice to know you have the capability. The Explorer gives you 7.8 inches of ground clearance, which should be more than adequate. The front end kind of reminds me of a Land Rover, at least on this Platinum trim. Speaking of appearance, an XLT Sport Appearance package is new for 2017, and that gives you the Sport's grille and some unique 20-inch magnetic metallic painted wheels. On the Platinum you also get 20-inch wheels, which are machined face with tarnished pockets. Even the base and XLT get 18-inch alloy wheels. The brakes are 13.9-inch vented disc in the front and 13.5-inch vented disc in the rear. They all have all-season tires. The mirrors are body colored on the XLT and higher. The Platinum gets exclusive satin chrome caps. These little emblems are for the blind zone information system, which Ford abbreviates BLISS. This system comes standard on only the Platinum. The door handles are also satin. The Explorer is 198.3 inches long, which is quite large when compared to its closest rivals, such as the Honda Pilot and Toyota Highlander. As far as safety ratings go, it falls behind those same competitors. It misses the top safety pick criteria because of a marginal score on the small front overlap test. It also scored basic on front crash prevention technology, which the Platinum gets standard, by the way. Around back, things look premium just like in the front. Explorer is written across the back. The taillights are LED on all models actually, which is nice. They have the same bracket look as a lot of other Fords. Down here you will find horizontal exhaust outlets on Platinum and Sport, but the bumper is satin only on the Platinum. Tow ratings are not class leading, but they are close. Both the naturally aspirated and turbocharged 3.5-liter V6s can tow 5,000 pounds, while the 2.3-liter Turbo 4 can tow 3,000 pounds. You do have a spare tire. And just like the other parts of the vehicle, the roof rails are satin on the Platinum. No matter the engine, the fuel capacity is 18.6 gallons. That puts the best fuel range at 409 miles for the 4-cylinder, but as equipped it is 335 miles. All three engines run on regular unleaded fuel. That pretty much does it for the outside. So let's go ahead and hop inside and see what makes the Platinum so special. forgot to mention that you also get the security code system on the XLT and up. On the inside of the Explorer Platinum, you get a Lincoln grade interior, with an abundance of real leather, wood, and metal trim. This is the medium soft ceramic color, but black is also available for the exclusive Nirvana leather on the Platinum. For the more mainstream Explorers, there are two color schemes, medium camel or black. Base and XLT Explorers get cloth seating, while the others have standard leather. The door trim is fairly premium on all Explorers, but here on the Platinum it is even better. Stitched leather makes up the armrest, and there is upscale quilted leather in the center. The top portion as well. On the Platinum you also get real wood and aluminum trim. Both of the front windows are auto up-down, and you can power fold the mirrors here. The Limited and up will also get these 3-person memory seats. They remember the seat, mirror, steering wheel, and pedal positions. The Platinum seat has pretty much everything a seat can have. It's 12-way power adjusting with 4-way power lumbar support. Also included is seat massaging, heating, and cooling. The Nirvana leather has more of the quilted pattern, and the Sport will get special red stitching. Getting into the Explorer is no big deal with a low step-in height. Once inside, you will immediately notice the visual richness present inside of the Platinum. The materials in here are on par with luxury SUVs. The entire dash is covered with stitched leather, which is certainly a nice touch. Lower trim levels will get soft touch plastic instead. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Push button start is actually included on the XLT and up. And this large touchscreen is standard on Limited, Sport, and Platinum. The other two trims get a tiny display with lots of buttons instead. The Lincoln similarities continue with the gauges that are shared with them. It's mostly digital with the exception of the numbers on the outside edge. The left side can show trip information and the other vehicle settings. It's controlled via the left pad, and the right pad over here controls the middle portion. You can switch between navigation, phone, or a digital speedometer. Steering in the Explorer is electric power and fed through a leather-wrapped steering wheel on all but the base trim. It is also heated on the Limited and up, and the Platinum adds wood trim up here. Adaptive cruise control is standard on the Platinum, and over here you have your volume and phone controls. Rain sensing wipers are standard on the Platinum and available on the Limited. Also standard on the Limited and up is this power steering wheel. And these power adjustable pedals as well, except not on the Sport, strangely. In typical Ford fashion, your headlight controls are over here. And this button will put the Explorer into a tow mode. The storage space in the Explorer is pretty good. In the center armrest, you'll find a decent amount of storage, and it is felt lined. And there's a USB port. Pressing the sync button reveals another large storage bin, which has a grippy rubber texture. There's also another USB and 12-volt outlet. And rounding it off is a large area in the door. Like I said, all models get a 6-speed automatic transmission. When in drive, you can pull back to S, which lets you shift manually via these paddle shifters. Ford's upgraded camera system is a little weird in that it gives you two 180-degree views instead of an entire 360-degree view. So when in drive, you can see the front 180-degree split view, and in reverse, the backup split view. A regular backup camera is standard on all models, but this setup is what comes on the Limited and the Platinum. This knob you see here is what Ford calls the terrain management system. It lets you pick between 4 modes, including mud, sand, snow, and the center button, which is your hill descent control. On models with the Sync 3 system, the climate control is automatic and is controlled via these buttons. When you make adjustments, it appears on the screen. You can also click the Climate tab and do the same stuff up here. This is also where you access the rear climate controls if you don't want your passengers adjusting it themselves in the back. And also, this is where you have to go to turn on the heated steering wheel. And speaking of heated stuff, the Explorer does have 3-stage heated seats on the Limited and above. The Limited and Platinum also get seat ventilation, and the Sport can add it in the 401A package. Our top-end Platinum gets the best sound system available. It's a 12-speaker, 500-watt Sony surround sound system. The sound quality is rich and impressive. The Limited and Sport also get a 12-speaker setup, but with less watts. Sync 3 with navigation is standard on the Limited and up, and optional on the XLT. It gets the large screen you see here, while the models without it get the small 4-inch display. Let's go ahead and check it out. Sync 3 has a home screen. You can click on any shortcut to head to that section. I have my phone connected via Bluetooth, so that information appears here. Other sources are FM, AM, XM, CD, and USB. Pandora and Spotify also show up since I have them installed on my phone. Now we will check out phone. My contacts have synced over automatically, and scrolling through them is very responsive. Text message support is also included. You click here to have them read aloud to you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this detailed in-depth review of the 2017 Ford Explorer Platinum. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed.
You can then reply with a list of pre-made quick messages. Like I mentioned earlier, every Explorer with sync also gets navigation. The scrolling is very smooth, and you can even pinch to zoom as well. Again, Ford only puts the apps that it knows are on your phone in here. You also get XM Travel Link apps, which are not linked to your XM radio subscription, but instead free for 4 years. Moving into settings, you have all the standard stuff. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are both supported, by the way. This is where you adjust the ambient lighting color. It comes standard on the Limited and Platinum. And the last thing is the multi-contour, aka massaging seats. You can adjust the lumbar here also, but pressing massage basically makes the car continuously inflate and deflate the 4 different lumbar zones. This is a rare feature even in luxury vehicles. That's all I'm going to cover in this video, but if you'd like to see a more in-depth look at the Sync 3 system, then check out our dedicated tech help video. A link is provided in the description. This button triggers the parking assist, which is standard on the Platinum only. It can park parallel and perpendicular, plus pull you out of that spot. We have another tech help video which demonstrates this if you want to see it in action. Up here you have an auto dimming mirror, but universal remotes are on the visor. Another nice feature we have is this panoramic moonroof, which comes standard on the Platinum. As you can see, the sunshade is power retractable. And the front panel does open like a regular moonroof. There is a pop-up wind buffer as well. In conclusion, I think the cabin is very nice, particularly in this Platinum trim. As a matter of fact, think of the Explorer Platinum as a Lincoln with a Ford badge on the front. But all the trim levels offer great space and amenities for the money. The seat and steering wheel do move back to help you get out easier. Now let's check out the rest of the vehicle.
The back doors of the Explorer have the same high quality materials as the front. The armrest is padded generously back here, and you do have the quilted pattern and wood trim. The windows are power, not automatic. Rear space in the Explorer is on par with the majority of the class. It's rated at 39.5 inches of legroom and 40.6 inches of headroom. The leather and quilting are on the back seats too, and they are pretty soft. The 3-zone climate on the Limited and above gives you these rear climate controls. You'll also get 2-stage seat heating on the Limited and Platinum Explorers. Additionally, there are 2 smart charging USB ports and a household outlet. The center armrest is leather wrapped and has a couple cup holders. The panoramic moonroof really helps to open up the cabin, and there are rear vents on the ceiling. Your coat hook and rear lighting. The headliner is premium feeling, and as far as legroom is concerned, there is really nothing to worry about. Behind my brother's seating position, I have plenty of space to move about. My feet even have room, and I'll slide over to show you with the seat all the way back. Really, there isn't much difference over here, since the front seats don't slide very far back. So overall, the Explorer's rear seat is spacious, comfortable, and very luxurious in the Platinum trim. While the $55,000 sticker price is somewhat shocking, the rear is definitely comparable to a luxury 3-row SUV. The power liftgate is standard on the Limited and above. To open it, use the key, grab this handle, or just wave your foot under the bumper. In the cargo area of the Explorer, you'll find 21 cubic feet of space behind the 3rd row seats, 43.9 cubic feet behind the 2nd row, and a maximum of 81.7 cubic feet. This makes it once again right on par with the competition like the Honda Pilot or Toyota Highlander. And speaking of folding, the Explorer features a class-leading power folding 3rd row. This comes in the Limited and up, and just by pressing a button the seats will automatically get out of your way. This leaves you with a flat floor for loading and cargo. And just push the other button to fold it back into place. Now I'm going to attempt to show you the 3rd row. Just pull on this lever to fold the seat, and keep pulling to release the seat upward. Now in the 3rd row you have 33.3 inches of legroom, and 37.8 inches of headroom. This is actually at the top end of the class. You can definitely feel that extra space once you get in. Leg and foot room are impressive, and you have a cup holder, some vents, and a light. The seats are actually quite comfortable and soft. The seat over here is the same as the driver's, which means it has 4-way power lumbar and the massaging functions. The dash is all leather, and I'm a big fan of this wood and metal trim. The glove box is all hard-touch plastic, and once it opens you'll find a rather small amount of space. It is felt lined. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed this very detailed look at the 2017 Ford Explorer Platinum. Stay tuned for the pricing information of this particular model, as well as the rest of the Explorer lineup. And be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And don't forget to come along with us next time, as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.